When I was 4 years old, a realization hit me. My uncle, the person who had always loved me unconditionally, was a little different than everyone else. The realization began when I asked my mother why he struggles to pronounce certain words, and she asked me to take a look at him. It was then I noticed that his tongue was larger, his face was flatter, and his eyes protruded. That had never struck me before because it was the way he had always looked. It was just who he was. Then my mother explained to me that my uncle has Down syndrome. As I've grown older, my understanding of his challenges has deepened. I've learned my uncle perceives language differently than I do. He can't read or write because to him, letters are just random symbols. However, when these symbols are strung together, it creates a picture that means someone's name or a place for him. I've also learned he can't count past 10 because at that point he struggles to visualize the quantity. Also, his behavior, though mirroring those of my peers in elementary school, isn't ever going to change. For a while I couldn't grasp why he of all people was born with this disability. My uncle is one of the kindest people I know, always there with a goofy smile on his face, laughing at the dumbest jokes and enthusiastic about everything he did. Yet, because of a minor mistake in his genetics, basic activities that I can accomplish with ease are a constant struggle for him. Despite how my uncle was born, his pre-existing condition has in no way limited him. My uncle would practice badminton daily, pushing himself with new exercises, better plays, and more technical training. He trained so hard that between 1995 and 2003, my uncle went to the International Special Olympics 3 times, winning a bronze, silver, and gold medal for badminton. It took an immense amount of effort, dedication, and strength to do this. His Olympic wins brought a sense of pride to Bangladesh, bringing him news coverage, awards, and national recognition. Despite the physical and mental limitations that came with being born with Down syndrome, my uncle managed to achieve a feat that most without his limitations can't even dream of. It's been 13 years since my uncle decided to retire from badminton, and yet he still doesn't let his Down syndrome prevent him from achieving what he wants. Since then, my uncle has moved to the US and begun to learn English, his second language. For me, it's hard enough to learn Spanish in school, yet my uncle, who can't read or write, has managed to learn enough English to carry basic conversations. He even managed to get a job recently. My uncle has always stood as a role model to me, showing me that yes, life isn't always fair, but that doesn't mean it has to limit you. And this is what I believe.